Billy, one more step of the World Series to go in Los Angeles before you kind of finish that season. Tell us a little bit about how it's gone so far.
Yeah, it's been good. Long L season. We've been going since September. We started in Vancouver and Edmonton back then, and yeah, it's been a roller coaster. And I think it's only getting better. We've had a few good tournaments now, with like the likes of Singapore, the lads in Spain, and then getting to a final in Toulouse was a major like milestone for us as a crew, as a group. And then we had a kind of a bumpy road in Rugby Europe there. Managed to come out the right end of that and qualify for the World Cup. So it's really exciting now. We've got a cool 3-week trip ahead of us now, going into LA, final leg of the World Series, and then into a massive one in the World Cup in Cape Town. So yeah, it's been good. We had a nice 2-week break after those Rugby Europe tournaments, and we've been able to hit it hard now for the last 3 weeks in the build up to this, and everyone's feeling pretty fit, excited, and ready to hop on the plane.
How has that been though? You've got to balance the kind of training to be ready for Rugby World Cup, and then also get the downtime in, relax, all of that kind of side of things.
I suppose that's part of the challenge of sevens. You've got to be able to come up and down, and we kind of know our bodies. I think we're like 40 weeks into a season. It's kind of about maintenance, so there's no point in trying to push yourself too hard. Just try and maintain things, make kind of incremental gains. And yeah, it was important we took 2 weeks off after that World Cup qualifier, just mentally and physically. It's been a long enough season, and you have to be able to go again. So we still had a few runs and stuff to do over that period, but it was kind of a mental break as much as anything. And then we came back into it, and I suppose when you come back after a break like that, it's about trying to manage your body through that initial period, and make sure your body doesn't break down, and just kind of gradually ease your way back into it. But no, it's been really good. The lads are all in great shape. Obviously have great support staff with us. Like S&C's, Orla, Physio has been looking after us really well. We've been recovering really well, and I suppose we're just itching to get going now. LA will be a really good chance for us, like one, to finish the season, that World Series season off on a high, hopefully. And get some really good quality game time before we go to a World Cup, because everyone wants to go to a World Cup and perform.
And you've got, speaking of everyone, you've got a lot of new faces in the squad. For you as the kind of captain, what's the challenge there in terms of welcoming those guys in and making sure they hit their mark?
Yeah, I suppose that's always been like a reoccurring theme with sevens, the turnover of players. We've seen it through the years. It's been tougher kind of challenge in previous seasons where you might have a full turnover of players, but in recent years we've always maintained that core of players, that 7 to 10 guys that are core to the team, and then you sprinkle a bit of talent in there, and it's brilliant when you get a couple of really good quality academy players that maybe aren't quite playing for their provinces, but they come here and they really blossom. Someone like Andrew Smith, we've seen it with like the likes of Hugo Keenan and Jimmy O'Brien, guys like that, where they just come in, and the confidence they build from sevens, the amount of game time they get, the exposure, is just brilliant for them as players. So it is cool when you get to be part of that process, and then you have to manage that with guys coming in from AIL or guys coming from abroad. It is a massive challenge bringing those guys in, trying to get them up to speed, because it is ultimately a different game. It's different demands on your body, the skills are different, the kind of structure is a lot different, and I think it does take guys up to 6 months, even a year, to get used to the speed of the game and the structure. But I think once they get over that initial shock and they realise that once you get out and actually play, it's similar enough.
And you've always relished that kind of leadership role, haven't you?
Yeah, I really love like helping young guys like when they come in, because it can be quite daunting, especially coming into a squad like this year. We just went to the Olympic Games, and you've got guys coming in being like, I'm training with an Olympic team here, so it can be quite daunting for those young lads. But it's kind of just taking them under your wing and letting them know that like, just stick to what you're good at and you'll be fine. And then if they need help with anything, whether it's their passing or their defence or anything, just being there like to hold a pad for them, to catch a ball for them after training. And it's nice being part of the development of some young guys. And saw it with someone like Cormac Izuchuku up in Ulster. Like he came in, and he was only really starting out. He'd been over in Scotland, and then he got taken up into the Ulster Academy. But he spent a bit of time here where he was able to develop his game, develop his core skills, and he came out of here like a more well-rounded player and a person, which is one of the most important parts of it.
Now, you've mentioned, finishing out the World Series, obviously, but beyond that, then you've spoken about it, the Rugby World Cup 7s. I know you focus on the next tournament, but cast your mind slightly ahead. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, it'd be brilliant. We've been I know we only qualified a couple of weeks ago, but we've been building up to this one since, I don't know, our last World Cup in San Francisco was probably one of the highlights of my career. It's just such an incredible weekend. I suppose World Series, we're essentially playing mini World Cups every twice a month, so it's not too dissimilar, but the tag of a World Cup just adds that kind of hype, that pressure, and the excitement to it. So, no, it'd be brilliant. And Cape Town's such a cool stadium. Played there back in 2019 it was, and place is buzzing. You've got 60,000 people there, and it feels like you're playing in a proper test match. So it'll be incredible to get over there. I think we'll have a lot of support. We usually do. And yeah, like we've got a tough challenge up against the Portuguese. It's like we've played them a few times, and you know what to expect, but you don't know what to expect. They can come out. Every kind of challenge they win in that game will be massive, a big boost for them, and they'll be serious underdogs. But it'll be up to us to go out and perform and not really be too complacent. I suppose we've got to go out there and play, be really solid, stick to what we do, and we know we've beaten the likes of Fiji, South Africa this year. We've put up to New Zealand. We know we can compete with the best, but it's when we play teams that are the perceived lower level teams that we've kind of struggled. So that'll be a big one, and the winner gets to play England in a World Cup quarter final then. So or a second round clash. So it'll be really exciting. And yeah, guys are just itching to get over there and get stuck in. It's going to be a really good tour.
Billy, thanks very much.
Cheers. Thank you.